Scientists discovered an antibody that can take out all COVID-19 variants in lab tests.
Here's a summary of the article.
Now, researchers have discovered an antibody that neutralizes all known COVID-19 variants. What does it mean, exactly, to have an antibody that can neutralize all variants of COVID-19, and what kind of impact will this have on vaccines in the future? Here's what you need to know. What is SP1-77? SP1-77 is an antibody developed by researchers that so far can neutralize all forms of SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19. Those antibodies were then tested and one SP1-77 was able to neutralize alpha, beta, gamma, delta, and all Omicron strains of COVID-19. The antibody works in a slightly different way than many of the antibodies people make to vaccines. The SP1-77 antibody also binds to the RBD, but doesn't prevent the virus from binding to ACE2 receptors. Such work, if replicated and expanded, could form the basis of new monoclonal antibody products as well as a vaccine. The researchers have applied for a patent for the SP1-77 antibody and mouse model used to create it, and plan to create something that can be used by the general public if all goes well.
This post received a score of 5,500, with an upvote ratio of 98%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
I hope it's true.
Imagine it's a gun with a label on it that says, an antibody.
Relevant XKCD.
As always.
Pfizer, write that down.
Absolutely rich that Moderna is suing over COVID vaccine patents that we the taxpayers funded. The patents should have been waived yesterday. The fact they haven't been is fueling health inequality around the globe. Edit. Moderna is suing Pfizer, not the other way around.
You're misreading that. Pfizer, the company that took no direct public funding for their vaccine, is being sued by Moderna, the company that took billions of public funding to develop theirs. From memory, BioNTech, the company that partnered with Pfizer, was spun out of a German university and had public funding the same as any R&D center, just not billions and not for a COVID vaccine.
Relevant XKCD that changed how I react to any study talking about lab tests.
Greater than results from mouse studies they've conducted were recently published, therefore. Take the enthusiasm down 12 notches for one thing, these are transgenic mice. It's like testing your new rubber mix on a tricycle wheel and expecting it to work on a race car. Maybe it will, likely it won't.
It's in the US, so for one easy payment of $139,000 you can get the premium plan vax shot.
The US has a shit medical system, but let's be real, it has a pretty solid track record of providing low-cost and/or free vaccines for pandemic, endemic viruses to its citizens.
They call it the Jason Bourne antibody.
Bet we won't hear about it ever again. Like with all those miraculous cancer breakthroughs.
There's good reason for that. Just because something can be used to fight a disease in a controlled lab setting outside of the human body doesn't mean those results can be easily translated into a safe medication.
Relevant XKCD.
Oh skeet skeet. That would be amazeballs.
Gimme more.
A grenade can take out all COVID variants in lab tests too.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.